how is it going? I hope that you are all well. It is Kyle Treslove here, so tarot reader, psychic medium. It's Mediumship Monday today, however, my diary is all over the place because I'm doing a soul plan reading today, which was meant to be yesterday, but it's today. And I'm also doing a tarot reading, which is meant to be on Tuesday, tomorrow. So Monday, Sunday, and Tuesday have somehow ended up being Monday. Um, this is an interesting thing. It's sometimes sorting out diaries and schedules and things is a tricky thing. I think it takes a little bit of time because I've extended all of my offerings and things. Um, well, opened up what I'm offering. So there's different offerings. Obviously, I teach. There's tarot and palmistry and mediumship. And therapy. So it just makes it easier to have designated set days. I don't know how much that's going to work, but that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, and I'm hoping that it serves itself. But yeah, so whilst that changes, I imagine there'll be some teething problems and people, having to get with the new program essentially. But yeah, and then if it doesn't work, hey ho, back to the drawing board, and people can just book in as and when they want to book in, which, the thing is, I was doing that and it meant that I was all over the place because 1 minute I'm doing therapy with somebody who's having a set of 6 sessions, and then I'm doing a tarot session, and then I'm doing, whatever it is else that I'm doing. And then I have my lives. So I do a tarot live on Tuesday and I'm doing a crystal ball live on Friday. So juggling all of those different spaces is messy. It's messy for my head, messy for my mind, and then I can't be on the ball and do the work, which ain't good for anybody else. So this is kind of like a little bit of a vlog for me, really. But also it's good for people to see, to keep updated with what I'm doing and how I'm working. And also the trials and tribulations of, being self-employed, having your own business. I've done that for a very long time anyway. But, over the years, as my business shifted and changed, there was only really one offering. It was either tarot or it was mediumship. It wasn't all of these different strings that I now have to my bow and being able to offer them all in different ways. Now that in itself is a juggling act, of getting the practical things of how do people access me and how does my diary look, This is stuff that, people don't teach you. So you just got to learn it as you go along, which is fine. So yeah, and I've thought about, just going, well, I'm just going to do tarot. And on my website, it is just tarot focused, but on all my social medias, there's all of the other things. So yeah, and also, do I just want to sit down and just, people can talk to me for an hour if they want to talk to me. I've also thought about that as well, So juggling and also wanting to make sure that there's consistency and stability and security for the people that I'm working with, which is as I've been juggling things and juggling what I've been doing, I hope that I have been a good facilitator for the people that I'm working with, because I feel like some of my messages and admin have been a bit all over the place. So I apologize. I'm working things out, One thing that doesn't suffer is the actual work, because when I arrive to the ball game with that, yeah, I'll be delivering the service. It's just the practical admin logical stuff that is like, anyway. Time to breathe, Kyle. Mediumship Monday. One of the things that I said today was, people demonize mediumship, that it's dark or it's the devil or it is, coming from a space that isn't God, right? I, first of all, trained in spiritualist churches in the UK that most of them, well, quite a few of them are Christian spiritualist churches. I would class myself as a Catholic. I was brought up a Catholic. My grandmother was a Catholic. I then became an atheist, and the older I get, the more I enjoy my faith. I enjoy the Mary energy, and yeah, I love what it has given me. It is part of my roots. But I do believe that we can connect to our loved ones. their energy can be very present within our life, and it doesn't have to be this dark, dark, dark space. Now, I think that if for me, all of this work, spiritual work, psychic work, it's from God. But I would also say this, right? The same way that, um, you know, if you go looking for trouble, you might be gonna find it. I think that if you want to play in realms of magic and I don't know, shadow, shade, darkness, well then that's what you're going to experience. I don't want to be looking for those spaces. Have I experienced some of that? Yes, I have in my life. More so from what other people have brought to me. But my training in spirituality has always been about God, and just you connect to somebody's loved one so that you can give them a message and give them some love. That's it. It's very direct. It's very to the point, and there isn't no messiness of trying to be this other thing. I think that when people like your Aleister Crowley's, people along those kind of lines, when you start going into magic and whatever, you're trying to manipulate and control things. For me, I am being an instrument and a vessel for the thing that is God, that is bigger and higher than me. So when you sit down, whatever needs to come forward is what comes forward. I'm not trying to be this magician. I don't like that energy. There's something that is like you think that you're outside the realms of God. It can be manipulative. I saw somebody posting about love spells. Listen, if somebody's going to be in your life and you're going to have a relationship, that's bigger than you. Yeah? Doing something to manipulate somebody into loving you, what kind of energy is that? Who wants that? So back to mediumship. I think that there can be godliness in that space. It doesn't have to be, my nose is running, it doesn't have to be a dark space. Now, there are people that are into some weird shit, and I think that they will receive weird shit in their reality, but the joke is on them because they ain't bigger than God. They're not higher than God. They are still part of God. That is when I talk about tarot, that is the joke of the magician. He is young, and magicians do tricks. But I say this all the time. The magician could stand in front of the sun every morning and try not to make it rise. That sun is going to rise. And if somebody is meant to be with somebody else, they're going to be with them, no matter what it is that you try and do. And that's, I think, karma is very real. What is for you will not pass you. What you put out is what you're going to get. So it's stupid to do that stuff because it's going to come at you in some way, because that's the energy and the vibration you live on. I don't want to live in that space. I don't think it's healthy. It's not nourishing. Not interested. Thanks. So that's what I'm going to say for the day. If you want to give for these videos, you absolutely can. It is PayPal at Kyle Treslove. I have a live tomorrow on my Facebook. So, those are tarot, and I have a live crystal ball on Friday. So if you want to drop in for that, you could drop in for that. My schedules and everything, very easy to see on all of my social media profiles. I don't even know if people watch these YouTube videos. If you watch this, whoever you are, let me know. You know, I make these because they feel right, and I think that if it's going to touch somebody, then wonderful, it goes where it needs to go. I don't need the clicks and the views and the likes. But it's nice to have the interaction of people seeing how people sit and respond to these things. I'm just having one of my sessions has just messaged me. She's having a soul plan reading. So they're 2-hour sessions. Anyway, on that wonderful note, I'm going to go. Remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon, in 8-bit.